She was actually papped at a marriage counseling office. Girl. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Before I get into it, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the outpouring of love and support and respect that you gave me for saying sorry about the Newsweek article, which was a false report and that I covered, and I went back and said, oh, anyway. We dealt with that. That's in my last video. And thank you so much for supporting me and sticking with me. The loyalty is real. But today I'm going to talk about something that I know a lot about, which is fashion. So Meghan Markle did her PAP walk and I have a lot to say about it. So let's go. Meghan wants to make sure that even though Harry looks so underwhelming in his tour of Asia, she wants to make sure that we remember that she's rich. So she's gone out in the blistering summer of the United States, the hottest summer the United States has had ever, or whatever, in $5,000 worth of winter clothes. Which begs the question, why would you put together an outfit with so many winter clothes? And I remember when I first moved to the UK, I got the shock of my life because bikinis are cheap. Tank tops are cheap. Summer dresses are cheap. But when you get to the UK, you have to buy coats and so on and so forth. So I wonder if she was just trying to let us know that girl is still rich. Girl has money to spend on these cashmere and things that don't make any sense in the California heat. Let's start from the top and go down, shall we? Duchess of Sussex donned a camel-colored 1,625 Max Mara Raspoli coat just to feel hot. Another thing about this coat, I remember that Catherine wore a coat like this, or this coat, for a long time. Who wore it first? You know that show, Bitch You Stole My Look? I think that Meghan doubled down on this coat so hard that she eventually got associated with this coat, when really Catherine was one who wore it first. That's what I think. Tell me down in the comments what you think. Anyhow, that's her coat now and she wears it a lot. This scarf is a $1,225 US cashmere Hermes shawl, which looks more like a blanket. It's a lot of scarf. There's a tag hanging from it in this picture where you can see, like, when you put on a scarf, when you put on any article of clothing, you don't want the tag hanging, let's get real. But not her. She wants to show everything what it's worth and who it's by. This is a sweater she's wearing. So she had been publicized as wearing this sweater when she was on an Air Canada trip a long time ago, and also when she voted. It's the same sweater, which is worth $145 US. There she goes with her bodyguard. Listen, can I ask you a question? Who in Hollywood, big famous stars, like everywhere that these stars go, they don't have a bodyguard, yet she has to always have a bodyguard? Why? And someone said to me when I was talking about it, they said, you know, somebody might kidnap her and hold her for ransom. If anyone who's kidnapping watches YouTube, they will know that the royal family ain't paying a dime of that ransom money, okay? So not a good idea to kidnap her and hold her for ransom. She does not need bodyguards. It is an accessory, just like her clothing, to say that she's rich and she's important. That's all it is. And they're saying that she also wore these white pants. Well, girl, thank God for my calming disc that I'm wearing, because it was so stressful to find these pants. I kind of found them. You see, she has this stud, this button stud at the slit. I found this one from AG Jeans, which is retailing at $244 US. But hers has a hem, a proper hem. This is a shredded hem here. So it's not exactly the same, but because it has that stud detail, I'm thinking it's by the same company. But that's the best I could do. I mean, I was doing forensics. I was like, how can I find this clothing? Then they have the Givenchy belt at $450 US and a white $1,650 Goyard tote. A lot of rappers wear that brand Goyard and they always have the backpacks, this and that, whatever. But then we get to the shoes. But before we get to the shoes, we have to get to the ankles. Someone has told Meghan, undoubtedly, that she has sexy ankles, because she keeps showing them. And what she sees, or whoever told her that her ankles are sexy, I don't know what they see, but I see this. And it's not just that her ankles are super skinny, because whatever. It's that she accentuates the ankles with these long shoes, looking like skis, looking like this fashion show, which was memed. I mean, that's what her feet always look like. She's constantly wearing shoes like this. I have a question. Don't you think that her feet would look much better in my slides? Do you see how much cuter and smaller your feet look in my slides versus these Chanel long foot shoe? Well, you have 2 more weeks to purchase my slides. I've got an extension on the sale, so I'm very happy about that. And the link is in the description. Okay, moving on. I think we should approach the elephant in the room. That's right. Oh my goodness. So she's merching this Newcomb patch or whatever that Meghan is wearing on her wrists, which is an alternative method of mental health treatment, I guess. The Newcomb, according to their website, is this patch you use, and then you use your cell phone to somehow track your mental health, and it's supposed to make you feel better about yourself without medication or counseling. This commenter, Carpe Diem 62990, commented on the post where Meghan Markle is showing off the disc, says, Newcomb, she's showing it on purpose. Bad modeling. I hate that I visited the website. I don't want them to credit her for the traffic. It tracks brainwaves and claims to help you manage stress, helps you resist the fight or flight response. Do you remember when they had the magnetic bracelets? Because when mental health was very taboo and nobody wanted to talk about it, people would have these issues, and there were these magnetic bracelets that would solve all your problems and give you balance and cure your arthritis, cure your headaches, and cure your anxiety and all these things. And that was like in the 90s. Do you remember them? I remember people wearing them talking about, I have no more problems because I have this magnetic bracelet. And it kind of went on for a while. They had different versions of it, but this is basically what Meghan is wearing. Time is like a circle. You know, whenever companies realize, whenever people who were scammed before with the magnetic bracelets, they're now dying off or whatever, or they're not really interested in anything anymore, they present the same idea again, and it's another scam. I don't know about you, but I think might be a conflict of interest with what Harry is doing with Better Up, which is an online service to get counseled with mental health. They have no loyalty. It basically contravenes everything that Harry is doing with Better Up. Well, although his colleagues are saying that he's doing absolutely nothing with Better Up, he hasn't showed up to work or done anything. This Newcomb that Meghan is wearing is supposed to eliminate therapists, eliminate medication, eliminate real intervention and help. Because it tracks your brain waves and it makes you like feel good for some reason just by wearing this patch. And it's linked to your phone, of course. And I just think if your husband is involved in getting real help, why would you conflict that? Oh, wait, but Harry's career is saved by the bell. Breaking news, Meghan is disavowed by Newcomb patch. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Headlines read, Newcomb denies Meghan Markle's stress patch was SponCon amid claims she's rebuilding wellness brand. So SponCon is defined simply as sponsored content or paid content, which features an influencer wearing a brand. Why for then was she showing off this patch? Is she thinking of getting sponsored in the future maybe? You don't put the cart before the horse, as we say in Barbados. Did Meghan miss the mark Markle, call the PAPs just to be embarrassed by Newcomb? This is absolute insanity, if you ask me. Again, it's so interesting to watch this couple do just everything you should not do to succeed in life. She goes dressed up like this to somewhere, a car park. Breaking news, honeys. There is breaking news. This article says, why would the Pats be there to catch Meghan leaving marriage counseling sessions alone? Divorce Watch. Montecito isn't very big, and I had an hour to spare, so I cruised around on Google Street View until I found the building. It's a therapist's office, a therapist who specializes in marriage counseling. The Daily Mail got close to revealing this when they said an appointment, but obviously they don't want the litigious twosome to sue for invasion of privacy. It's true. The couple is a very litigious couple. You got to be careful. Google satellite Street View. That's all right, I guess. If you look carefully at the backgrid video, there is a black blur on the corner of the street, which conveniently obscures a sign outside the building, making it harder to identify, but not impossible. She's establishing a narrative. In a couple years, we're going to be hearing about how she was papped at her most vulnerable, leaving her therapist's office wearing a stress patch after Harry left her alone with the children to play polo on the other side of the world, just like his father before him. Anyway, I think we're just going to let that story cook and see what happens with that. But I want to share some Tik Toks with you or some reels from Instagram, whatever. I try to find these things that are hilarious. And Yeah, I remember talking about the Beckhams not being friends with Meghan Markle anymore, and we kind of didn't know what was really going on, like why that was happening. Some of you did tell me that it was because she tried to get free merchandise from Victoria Beckham. You know, Victoria Beckham has her clothing line, and that Meghan was just trying to use her, and it just didn't work out for her. But there's this other idea from this TikToker that is saying that the way that the Harkles conduct their lives in terms of their disloyalty to their family and not putting their morals and family first is something that the Beckhams could no longer subscribe to, especially since, as you know, David Beckham has a lot of respect for the royal family. Somebody needs to give him a knighthood, as we know, but so just have a look at that.
After years of various theories and speculations about the true reason for Victoria Beckham ending her friendship with Meghan Markle, you will now see what the British media considers to be the actual reason that led Meghan to be spurned by the Beckhams. The Closer magazine revealed that the couple, Victoria and David Beckham, concluded their relationship with Meghan Markle due to the Beckhams' concern about how the Sussexes were managing their public image since distancing themselves from the royal family. For the Beckhams, the central point that guided this decision was the importance of loyalty to family. They had spent years building their brand, but always made it clear that family comes first, and they would never openly discuss a dispute. Therefore, Victoria felt that she needed to sever ties, as it wouldn't be right for her to maintain that friendship. I'm not a fan of the Beckhams at all, but in comparison to the Harkles, they are a class act, as David has always shown the utmost respect for the late Queen Elizabeth and the British monarchy. Everyone has already realized who the real Rachel is, except for her husband Harold. I must confess, it's hard to imagine Victoria Beckham paying any attention to Meghan, as she's always exuded more class in her pinky finger than the Duchess of Montecito. Do you agree?
Okay, and that's that opinion, but as you can imagine, there could be a plethora of reasons why you would not want to be friends with the likes of Meghan Markle. I said it was about the hairdresser. So Victoria Beckham gave Meghan Markle her hairdresser, and then Meghan Markle blamed Victoria Beckham for revealing the name of the hairdresser, so that now Meghan Markle was exposed where she goes to get her hair done, and that was the reason for the breakup. But it could be that. It could also be that she wanted some clothes from her for free, which she has been reported allegedly to have done to other people. It could also be that just they're not on the same page morally and family wise. It doesn't have to be just one thing, but put down in the comments which thing you think it is. Anyways, let's look at one more TikTok before we go, because I have to show you this, because this could be another reason why nobody wants to be friends with them.
Short 1-minute video shows exactly who Meghan Markle is behind the mask, and we can get a sense without the help of a body language expert of how she must treat people when the cameras are off. Do you see these sudden changes in facial expressions? Does that seem natural to you?
No.
Would you have the courage to live or work with someone with this personality?
No, I don't.
Meghan will go down in English history as Prince Harry's biggest mistake he's ever made. To be honest, I confess to you that sometimes I feel sorry for Harry and everyone who knows her personally. Harry is an emotionally shaken boy being manipulated by someone who knows what she wants. I think Meghan learned from an early age to disguise herself to meet the right people to progress and climb socially. There is truly a narcissistic side to this woman that we have all seen. There are many other videos showing her true character. The media has ignored all of this for years, but anyone who follows our channel knows we don't let anything go unnoticed.
I think that's a nice little compilation of like all her creepy faces that she does, where she's like, yeah, so that's basically it. I just want to thank you all once again for watching my video and sticking with me, and please stay with me, keep in touch. Thank you for understanding what happened with the Newsweek article. It happened, I think, to a lot of people, so I'm glad that we talked about it here. Please, if you like this video, press the bell notification so you know when I'm coming out with my next video, because I am on fire right now. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, if it's your first time here. Like the video, thumbs up if you do like it. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Please subscribe to Valentine's Playroom. It's my son's children channel. So if you have any bambinos around who might enjoy adventures with an island boy, share his channel with them, please. Thank you.